Hey kids, welcome back to SoliTV. Today we're going to talk about a little issue that's really easy to solve with the tools we have in the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite. And the problem is, sometimes we like to shoot stuff in loud environments, and that creates a lot of background noise. And sometimes that's okay to have a little bit of it, but sometimes we want to get rid of it or reduce the amount of background noise that's there. So here's a prime example right here.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
Okay, so it's not too bad. We can hear what Sarah's saying and everything like that, and background noise actually isn't too bad. It kind of creates the vibe that it's a busy environment. But sometimes viewers want to know, why does it sound like she's speaking in a room full of a lot of people? And the answer is pretty simple, but we don't need to go there. We're going to figure out how to fix it now. So here in Adobe Premiere Pro, I have the file down on my timeline. So I'm going to click the file, and I'm going to edit clip in Adobe Audition. So Adobe Audition, it's part of the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, and it's a program that's specifically designed for audio. And it works perfectly with Premiere Pro. As you saw, we can take a file from there, bring it here, and I'm going to show you once we fix the audio file, we're going to be able to bring it right back to Premiere Pro, and it all works seamlessly. So here's our file here. We'll be able to hear it now.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
Some loud waveforms. Sarah, you got to keep your voice down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this part here. This all is specifically background noise. That's what we want to get rid of. We're going to go to Effects. We're going to go to Noise Reduction / Restoration. We're going to capture the noise print. So what we just did was we told Adobe Audition that this selection that we made, this is the sound that we want to get rid of. So now that we've done that, I'm going to double click so that everything is selected. We're going to go to Effects, and we are going to do Noise Reduction Process. This is going to bring up this window. You can move the noise reduction. This is kind of like a percentage, how much you want to reduce it by. And right here, this is the, in terms of decibels, how much you want to bring it down by. So we'll be able to listen to it here where it just kind of set off based on my most recent settings.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
So now you'll be able to see, sometimes I like to bring it down a little bit more, and this will help keep some of the background noise in there. And what that can do is it's going to have less distortion of the audio, and it's going to keep a little bit more of that background noise.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
Now keep note, the more you try to get rid of it and the worse your background audio is, the more distorted your audio is going to sound, and it can get really bad. So here's an example here where we want to reduce by, say, 100%. We want to get rid of all that background noise. Maybe we'll bring it down to 90 just to make sure we preserve Sarah's voice a little bit. And we want to reduce it by 40 decibels. That's a lot. So now we're going to hear a lot of distortion in the voice.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
And the more we reduce it, the more distorted it's going to end up being.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
So let's just try to keep it around a normal level here. I'd say if we try to get rid of it about 40%, 41%, down 7 decibels, that should sound pretty natural.
2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
Let's apply that. There it is.
In 3, 2.
So now we go back to Adobe Premiere Pro, and as we see now the audio, it's going to show up green instead of blue. It's now treated as a separate audio file. However, it's still connected with the video file. So if we try to move that, it's going to move with it. So now the change has been made after saving in Audition, and we'll be able to see here the video that we shot will now have the edited audio.
In 3, 2. It happens once a month, and the turnout is always something like this.
That's it for today, kids. Tune in next week for another fun and exciting episode of SoliTV. Maybe we'll get Sarah back again to tell us how to pack bags again.